Steve, we're not going to mention any company names here because, you know, we work with agents from virtually every major franchise, regional companies, mortgage companies, and they're all wonderful. I mean, they all have their place and they all have their unique way of doing business. And like every company, there are people within each company who seem to be doing extraordinarily well, and there are others who require more training and assistance and that kind of thing. But there are a few distinctions that we tend to see where, for example, in some companies, we'll just say, you know, the average number of sales per agent might be a little bit lower than others. For some companies, it might be, well, there's 50 or 100,000 agents, and each agent does 2 or 3 sales a year. And then maybe other companies where there are 50 or 100,000 agents, and those agents do 10 or 20,000 sales a year. Right. I know that some of that has to do with internal training and that kind of thing, but is there a reason for that? I mean, I haven't been able to figure that out, you know, why it's different from one company to another at times.
Not always easy to put yourself in the place of the company and what their marching orders are. A lot of it goes to the perception of the agent as to how much local coaching and training they can get. Where might they have to go to get it? Does it cost them anything? Look, some companies do more of that than others on a non-cost basis. Others have places you need to go to get the education. From my perspective, I think as long as agents are reaching out for the highest quality coaching that they can get, and I say coaching because in coaching comes accountability, and I don't know why that word tends to terrify people, but there's a misconception about accountability to the extent that it's something negative and it means you're always getting pounded.
Yeah.
But great accountability coaching should be inspirational.
Right.
I am only there to hold you accountable as your coach to what you tell me you want to accomplish. I don't come up with your promises, or if you use goals, your goals, you do. My job is to inspire you and motivate you to get there and to help you find solutions while you're buried in problems all the time. So I think that's really the message.
You know, Steve, we've developed a lot of friends in the business over the years as well. And one of our friends recently said to me, you know, in my 30-plus years in the real estate business, I've come to a conclusion about why and how people succeed in the business. And he said, I've come to the determination that 20% of success, however you define it, like you said, for some people success is going to be 10 transactions a year. For some it's going to be 100. You know, it depends on what they want to accomplish. But success boils down to these 3 parameters. 20% setting the promise or the goal. 20% having an action plan to carry out that promise or that goal. And 60% accountability.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that something? Now, I love the way that you just described that accountability should be inspired accountability.
Sure.
It should be empowered accountability, not the carrot and the stick accountability, not I'm going to beat you over the back with a whip accountability if you don't do what you... I mean, there's coaching companies out there and coaches, Steve, actually advising people to put $100 bills on their desks, and if they don't make their lead generation calls, to burn them. Wow, is that inspired accountability? I don't think that's pain. I mean, that's pain-based, whatever you want to call it. It's coercion. But when people are willing to be engaged in inspired accountability and be willing to be held accountable to someone who's extraordinarily professional, has been in this business for as long as Steve has and some of our other coaches, boy, there's some real victories that I want out there.
Well, it's interesting, John, that when coaching clients of mine are having a great week or two, they can't wait to tell me about it. And that's fantastic. And if they haven't had a very good week or two, due to what they didn't do, or maybe even what they did do, if they focused on the wrong things, they're probably not looking forward to the call. But not because we're going to exercise guilt and pressure.
Right.
But we are going to remind them of what they said they wanted to do, and we're certainly here to reinforce how to get there.